Hi guys, the history of adapting Frank Herbert's Dune has been a rocky road. There have been 4 attempts in the past to adapt the work of Frank Herbert, including 2 miniseries and a feature-length movie, and a failed attempt by Joe Dorowski. None of the adaptations so far have gotten it quite right, and that leads a lot of people to say that Dune is not really adaptable at all. I disagree. Though there are challenges to the adaptation of Dune, I do believe that it can actually be done. Another question, which some people get annoyed by, is, will Dune actually be successful and make money? Some people scoff at this question, and I understand why. A good movie is far more important than a hugely successful one. While I agree with this, I don't think it's that simple. The first film is only half of book 1, and in the beginning of the production, the studio seemed eager to adapt both movies. It is no longer clear whether or not it will be guaranteed. The budget of this film was $200+ million. If this movie does not offer significant return for the studio, they may simply choose not to make the sequel. So this question is important. Let's talk about some of the challenges of adapting Dune and having it be successful, and does Denis Villeneuve's Dune have the potential to kick off a new franchise? Firstly, apparently they have started doing test screenings for Dune, and the ratings are incredibly high. A high critic rating when the movie is released could potentially create a surge in interest in the film if the initial release weekend is lackluster, so that's something to keep in mind as well. Dune is an extremely esoteric book. One of the challenges of making Dune go mainstream is figuring out a way to deliver these ideas to an everyday audience. Now, I've seen many Denis Villeneuve films, just about all of them. He is extremely good at using visual storytelling to deliver a point. The world in Blade Runner 2049 seems gritty, real, and lived in. In fact, we come to know our main character simply by watching him interact with the world around him. The movie isn't trying overly hard to hit you with details and exposition about the world and the characters. This type of thing seems very jarring in David Lynch's adaptation of Dune, which featured voiceovers explaining the thoughts of characters and who they were. If Denis Villeneuve can manage to show, not tell, giving the audience visual indicators of what is happening in the world and the nature of it, then he can avoid inundating the audience with countless details which will almost certainly be jumbled in their minds by the end. The most important factor in Dune's success is the marketing. For this movie to make money, Warner Media needs to go all out with the advertisement. What they should not do in all caps, is take down trailer reactions from dedicated fans. I remember when Star Wars The Force Awakens was coming out. The year before, I saw Star Wars ads and merch pretty much everywhere. I mean, like everywhere. The promotion was so intense that I actually went to see The Force Awakens by myself, even though I didn't know anything about Star Wars. They really should do something similar with Dune. Make it impossible not to notice. I have to say they've done a really good job with the casting so far. Like it or not, Timothée and Zendaya have huge young fan bases and giant social media followings. This is absolutely important to the success of a movie in the modern era. There are plenty of people that just see movies because stars they like are in them. The first trailer was also really well done. Many people are now very interested in Dune, and that's very good. The main question now is, how well will this excitement hold over until Dune can be released in theaters? And that moves us into the final factor. And that final factor in whether or not this movie will be huge is us, the fan base. If the fan base is dedicated enough, we can push this movie to new heights, talk about the movie, make videos about the movie, share posts about the movie, go like the trailer if you hadn't. Every little thing helps. And lastly, there are no real indicators that Dune will flop. David Lynch's Dune was a failure initially, but it developed a cult following. The sci-fi miniseries was so successful that it broke records for the channel. Dune itself is one of the best-selling science fiction books of all time, and potentially even the highest-selling science fiction book of all time. And the reaction to the trailer was overwhelmingly positive. So I, for one, am excited about this project, even though I know there are a lot of naysayers that want this movie to fail incredibly hard. But I am excited about the prospect of a new Dune franchise, and I really hope you are too. And I really do believe that all of us together can make this happen. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more of Quinn's ideas, and check out the Dune playlist on this channel for all your Dune lore needs.